By heading north from the Hilltop Farm ruins, we eventually reach this location, where we can see a number of places. From right to left we have the Mdp L16 Power Station, Chaste Acres Dairy Farm, and the Irradiated Outhouse. All of this belongs to a certain group of raiders. Let's begin on the left and work our way to the right. First we have the Irradiated Outhouse. The structure has been fastened from the remains of pre-war cars. Just in front are another 2 cars sticking out of the ground like dominoes. This could have been the beginning of another structure, perhaps the raiders' numbers had grown too large, and one outhouse simply wasn't enough, so they decided to make another. Between the 2 standing cars, we find the skeletal remains of someone, presumably a raider who died during construction. After their death, the other raiders scrapped the idea, which is why it's unfinished. As for the completed outhouse, it's irradiated as its name suggests, but the amount is minimal. Crossing the wooden boards leads directly to the defecation station, where the raiders have provided a sledgehammer. I can't imagine wiping with it, so it must be for fending off insects, such as bloatflies and radroaches, who actively seek out feces to consume. Gross. Nearby we see 2 boxes of ammunition, and inside the bathtub are 3 bottles of Nuka-Cola, 2 original, 1 quantum. Next we have the Chaste Acres Dairy Farm. As you can see, this is where the raiders called home. That's right, past tense.
Hoo-wee, look at you.
Among the remains of the previous inhabitants are 2 skill books. Inside the grain silo, which by the way is the only one in the entire base game with a wraparound walkway, is a pugilism illustrated. And inside the barn, right beside a bloodied mattress and body pillow, is a Grognak the Barbarian comic book. Other than that, there's whiskey if that's your thing, and Brahmin. It was as the Brahmin was falling over, I found myself thinking, why are they still alive? 3 Dogs sums up raiders pretty well, so I'll let him explain.
Remember, children, when the raiders come, there ain't no shame in locking your doors, barricading the windows, and cowering under the nearest bed. When these psychos come to play, they have one thing on their minds: making your life as fucking miserable as humanly possible. Raiders can't be bargained or reasoned with. And ain't no use surrendering, because they'll just shoot you anyway. So run, hide, or fight if you've got the balls and the guns. But for God's sake, don't go waving the white flag. They'll just strangle you with it.
If they do that to their own kind, a Brahmin should stand no chance. But here they are, unharmed. The only explanation I have for this is that the raiders are milking them. I know that sounds hard to believe, but why else would they have them? For food? Maybe. But why wouldn't they simply go and take what they need from someone else? No matter what you want, the Wasteland provides. Alcohol, cigarettes, ammo. However, there is one thing you can't find no matter how hard you look. Milk. Now, milk exists in the Fallout universe because we can find the empty bottles. You can also find cereal, and what goes hand in hand with cereal? That's right, milk. Now we all know that Brahmin are the mutated descendants of cows, and this place, before the war at least, was a dairy farm, so it makes sense for the animals to be here. Once upon a time, there might have been a book that the raiders could have used to learn how to milk the Brahmin. I know it's a stretch since raiders can't read, or so they say, but speculation is half the fun. I'm sure you already know the other half. So, my theory as to why the raiders allow the Brahmin to live is for milk. I'll leave you with that. The last place we can go to is to the east of the farm, which brings us to the Mdp L16 Power Station. This is a location for a random encounter. The encounter I had is one I would like to save for another video, which will be released sometime in the near future. The outside has several transformers locked behind a chain link fence. That's all. Inside is a little better. Around the room we can find a first aid box on the wall, and a Nuka-Cola Quantum and a bottle cap mine on the workbench. Yoink. Lastly, on the desk is a functioning terminal and a locked safe. The computer serves only to open the safe for players high in science, but low in lockpick. The contents are everything you would expect from a raider, and I have no doubts that the raiders are the one using it. Bottle caps and chems. Classic. Northeast of it all, there are skulls lining the fences, marking the end of the raiders' territory, and not far beyond that is the end of the map, so no bueno. And there we have it, the Irradiated Outhouse, Chaste Acres Dairy Farm, and the Mdp L16 Power Station. If you have any thoughts as to why the raiders would be keeping Brahmin other than for milk, I would love to hear them in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, then consider leaving a comment about milk, or just Brahmin in general. Liking the video, sharing it with a friend, subscribing to see more, and enabling notifications to avoid missing any activity. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next adventure.